You know, I haven't said this before on my channel, but I love mayonnaise. Like, I can eat it with anything. I can have it with dosa, with fish, with chicken, with noodles, with chapati, with anything. I've never not had mayonnaise with any single food item. And if there is something I haven't had it with, I'm probably down to try it anyways. And I've probably down at least, if not hundreds, many bottles of mayonnaise, right? And it came to a point where I actually had to stop because my skin was going really bad because it has so much oil and all of that, right? But what does mayonnaise really have inside it? There's oil, there's egg, and there's some other stuff, right? So when you put all these random things together, like oil, egg, and all these other little things, right? It creates something amazing, something so versatile, something so insane that it can be eaten with all these different food items. Now, if you're made up of just one thing, like tomatoes, you become like ketchup. And what can you have ketchup with? Just fries, maybe in a burger, maybe in a hot dog, but that's it. Otherwise, ketchup is just boring. You gotta be like mayonnaise, my friend. And I'm not trying to make a parody out of Bruce Lee's statement. God bless his soul. I love Bruce Lee. He has taught me a great deal about martial arts, discipline, and obviously the mind blowing movies, right? But we're not here to talk about Bruce Lee's quote about being like water, because today we are going to be like mayonnaise. But what does that really mean? How the fuck can you be like mayonnaise? Mayonnaise is just thick and not flowing like water. But we are not going for the consistency of mayonnaise. We are going for the contents of it. Now, when I say be like mayonnaise, I mean you should learn and you should become a part of these different things that are not related to each other at all and form into this insane version of yourself, right? Which is so versatile, so agile. It can switch from different industries, it can switch from different jobs to different personalities, and you can just transform like that. Because let me give an example like ketchup, right? There's only so much you can do if there's one thing you learn. Now, let's say you're really good at something. Okay, let's say you're good at English. Now, max to max, you can become an English teacher or a translator, right? Now, the problem of being made up with only one thing is you can only be used for so much. So, if people don't need that one thing, you are basically useless. Take an example of BlackBerry. Take an example of Kodak. They didn't change with the times. They made up only one thing, and they didn't change with the trend. They could not change with the trend, and soon enough they became outdated. And even people who specialize in one field, right, and that field's become outdated or no longer necessary, those people are cooked. They are now sitting jobless or like wondering what to do next. Now, just imagine this reminds me of a quote by Naval Ravikant, right? And I'm sorry I'm quoting so much. I absolutely am mesmerized by Naval's teachings, the way he approaches and the way he thinks about things, right? So Naval said this in one of his podcasts. I don't know if he came up with it or he quoted someone, but he said, "You should know something of everything and everything of something." So what that means is you should have that one thing that's unique to you, right? It's always good to have specialization. It's always good to have that specialized knowledge in one topic where people come to you for it, right? Because you're the master of the craft. But you should also know something of everything, and that means you should have knowledge of everything around you, or at least a basic understanding of it. So, if need be, you can always switch from your mastered craft to another because times are changing. 5 years ago, what is trending, or 5 years ago, what is in demand, is not in demand anymore. AI is all the hype now. 5 years later, who knows what's it going to be? So, don't restrict yourself to one particular type of knowledge. Don't restrict yourself to one industry or one field or one craft. And don't be so adamant, right? So, you should always be willing to learn different stuff because you never know. And I've said this in my previous video also. You never know what can help you where. Knowledge is something that never goes to waste, right? So no matter what you're learning, no matter where you're learning or how you're learning, it can always come to your rescue somewhere or the other. You never know. So never say no to knowledge and never say no to a learning experience, right? So if there's something you should take away from mayonnaise, a very versatile and random condiment that can be had with almost any food item, it is this: that you should be made up of such random things. And when you're put together, it creates this wonderful, versatile element that can be used anywhere and can switch from one item to another. And by item, it's a euphemism for industry. So when you learn different crafts, right? When you have different specialized knowledge or even a basic understanding of everything, and you put together, you are one unique individual, and you are so indispensable to organizations or even to yourself or to your business that you can actually surpass anyone. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn so many different things, and people keep asking me, dude, wouldn't it be better if you just focus on one thing? Yes, it probably would be, but I cannot sit quietly. I just have to learn everything that's happening around me. I want to gain an understanding of it because I don't know, and I hate saying I don't know. Like, how can I not know when information is so easily available? How can you not know something? That's just lazy and arrogance. So I try not to not know anything, and that means I try to know everything. It's not possible to know everything, but it's always good to make an attempt. So never say no to knowledge, never say no to learning, and be more like mayonnaise, my friend.